Just because time has passed since you separated from active duty doesn't mean that you're out of luck. If you were diagnosed with a condition while you were in the military, while you were on active duty service, and you got out and you never filed a claim for that disability, don't worry about it. It's not too late. You can still do it. That's what this video is all about today. It's all about those of you who forgot or just never filed for a VA claim for something that you had while you're in the military and you currently have it now, or you were showing symptoms of something but you just were never diagnosed or you were misdiagnosed. That's what this video is all about today. I'm going to back it up with information right out of 38 CFR and the M21 adjudication manual. First of all, diagnosis in service is key. Now, obviously, if you applied for this right when you got out of the military, you would have gotten this. It's good to go. But now that 5 or 10 years has passed, that doesn't necessarily make a difference, and I'll tell you why. What does the VA want to see on claims like this? Well, first of all, they spell it out in 38 CFR 3.303 little b, and I'll put a link down to it in the description so that you can check it out. But it basically says that, chronic conditions that a service member has can be service connected if they were diagnosed in service and continuity of symptoms is shown. And that's the key, is being able to show that, you didn't, have acute symptoms and then all of a sudden, you were good for 5 or 6 years and now you're getting them again. They want you to be able to prove that you had that condition, you had the symptoms, you continue to have the symptoms, and you currently still have them. You got your diagnosis, and now you're putting in for it. The M21-1, which is the VA's adjudication manual, this is the manual that raters use when they're figuring out how to rate your claim or how to adjudicate it. It specifically mentions that a lack of continuous treatment is not automatically disqualifying. So if you still don't even go to the doctor, which most of us didn't when we got out, we probably still don't, that will not automatically disqualify you. It's more about symptoms continuing. So if you still have that knee pain or you still have, the migraine headaches, if those symptoms continue, you're good. It's not all about doctor visits. Now, there will be some evidence that I think you should submit to support that, and I'll talk about it here next. And that is, how are you going to prove the continuity without medical records? And I think a lot of vets are in this boat. So listen up. This is important. It's simple. A lay statement, right? You can articulate this in a personal statement to the VA, explaining to them that you were diagnosed and you continued to have symptoms, although you never went to the doctor. Or maybe you did go to the doctor. You can get your spouse to write a statement. You can get, family members, somebody, buddy letters, anything, even work history to show that you're taking time off of work because of that knee pain or that migraine headache or whatever it is, this sinus infection. Those can help show continued symptoms. The VA understands that treatment gaps will happen. They understand you don't want to pay your $40 or $50 copay to go see the doctor every time you have a headache. That's not reasonable. The VA will consider credible lay evidence. It's in the 38 CFR. It talks about what what credible lay evidence is, and that's essentially anything that you can, write that's truthful, either you or your spouse, to show this. I helped a family member of mine who had sleep apnea, was not diagnosed with it in service, but he did go to the doctor multiple times and was misdiagnosed and eventually diagnosed with it after service. But through a personal statement, we were able to articulate that these symptoms, kept coming up and they were the same as what they're currently facing. And that was successful at helping him win his sleep apnea disability claim with, after 30 or so years of getting out of the military. So they're doing this. Claims are being approved after being out of the military for a long time. You just got to make sure that you can show the continuity of symptoms through, credible evidence, whether it's medical records or personal statements. That's it. I hope this encourages you to apply for or put in a claim for something that you had diagnosed in service. And now that you're out 10 years, I hope that this inspires you to put in that claim. Just make sure you have the right medical evidence. Good luck.